Hello Cuckoo Hall. As you can see, we're back at school already, getting ready for you coming back in September. This video is going to show you everything we've put in place to keep you safe for your return to school. I hope you find the next few clips really useful, and we are looking forward to seeing you when you return in September. Hello Cuckoo Hall again. As you can see, we're at the entrance to the school and we're going to show you what drop-off and collection is going to look like. So we're going to start with drop-off. As you can see, we've got markers to show you what 2 meters distance looks like. That will help you socially distance on your way into school. We've also got on the gate over here, if you have a little look, we've got the drop-off and collection points. This will be emailed to you in a letter, so you are very clear what time you should arrive and what time you should pick up. When you arrive, please stay 2 meters apart. You will be allocated a specific gate to enter the school by. I'm just going to wait for the car to go past. And then you will say goodbye to your child and they will come into their allocated gate. We have got some helpers here today to model how this process is going to happen, and Tim is going to film it for us. So as you can see, as the child comes in, they will sanitize their hands, and then a member of the school team will direct your year 1 to year 6 pupil into the classroom. Hi again. Now we're going to talk to you a little bit about pick up for years 1 to 6. Year 1 to 6, you're going to come in through the Mottingham Hall gates, and you are going to line up as demonstrated here by our glamorous assistants. And you will be given an allocated time to come and pick up. Please try and keep to that allocated time, because that stops school drop-off and school pick-up from being too busy. And again, you'll find all that information in the letter, which will be emailed out to you next week. So we're just going to run you through what's going to happen at pick-up. So I will welcome in some parents if you'd like to come in, and if the camera just wants to follow us, that would be great. Okay, so from here I'm going to direct you over to where your class is going to be, and you need to stand behind the allocated lines and you exit via the zigzags. So again, follow us. So just like come over here and you collect your children. If you can keep 2 meters apart, that would be great. So as you can see, the parents are now going to line up on the 2 meter markers. They're not going to go beyond the zigzag line, and they're going to speak to the adults, and the adults will hand over the children. Once the children have been collected, the adult and the child walk along the zigzag line and they will exit the school using the zigzag line. A one-way system has been introduced for everyone's safety. Hello. So we're here to talk a little bit about nursery and reception drop-off. Slightly different to the rest of the school. For nursery and reception, you will be entering through Dartford Avenue gate, and if Tim just shows you on the floor, we've got the 2 meter markings, and then we have a one-way system where you follow the green arrows in and the white arrows out. So we're just going to follow a couple of parents as they move up into drop their children off in the mornings. So you walk in, keeping social distancing, following the green arrows, all the way up into the nursery and reception areas. So as we move up, please try and keep to the left-hand side as we enter, because there will be other parents exiting as you come in to drop your child off. Now as we get to the last plant pot, this is where reception will go to the left and nursery will go straight on. So as we get to this last plant pot here, Amy is a nursery parent, so Amy is going to go straight over to the nursery door. And there are markings, 2 metre markings there, and she'll stop and she will drop off her child at the door. So all nursery parents will drop off at the door. If you are a reception parent, like Rosanna is, Rosanna will walk to the reception gate and she'll stop there. And as Rosanna stops there, she will drop off her child at this gate, and the children for all 3 reception classes will be taken into class by the teachers or the teaching assistants. So for drop off, you can enter the school, but you drop off at reception gate here and nursery gate over there. In the next clip, we'll show you what happens at pickup. Hi again, so we're here to show you what happens for nursery and reception pickup. As you can see, we've come in the same entrance. Amy is now going to enter into the nursery and she will be exiting through one of the exits on the other side, which we'll show you in a minute. And then we're going to follow Rosanna, who is now following the white arrows because she was going to pick up her child and then she is going to exit. So we're just going to follow Rosanna as she does this. Rosanna's child is not in Willow class. And as she comes through, she's in Polly class, which is this classroom here. So Rosanna will pick up from there. Pick a child up, turn round, and then she will follow the white arrows out, which show you the exit. And you follow the white arrows, no matter which class you're in, you will follow the white arrows all the way. And this is the one-way system to make sure that we can keep the parents as socially distanced as possible. Therefore, there is a one-way system. You may think that you have to walk a little bit further, which you are, but it really is to keep everyone as safe as possible. So we continue along there, and we're just going past the nursery garden. And this will take you back round to the way that you entered for reception and nursery. Through the gate. And this takes you back up to the beginning. Hi there. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about bubbles, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about classroom bubbles, year group bubbles, probably on the news when they've been talking about COVID-19. So we've been following the DfE guidance, and we now have year group bubbles. So that means that the children will be in their year groups and they won't mix with any other year group. So the way that we have timetabled the hall, the way that we've timetabled lunch, the way we've timetabled the playground will minimise any risk of that year group bubble mixing with any other year group. Children will still remain in class as much as possible with their main teacher, and with their TA. But there will be times such as playtime and lunchtime where they will be outside in the playground with their year group bubble in the fresh air, running about and getting some exercise. So in a moment we're going to pop into the classroom and I'll explain what the classroom is going to look like. Hi, so this is us in a Year 4 classroom, and I just want to show you what the setup may look like for your child when they come back to class. So the guidance tells us that children can sit together, but they must be facing forward. So as you can see from this layout, some of the tables are together with children facing forward, and over here the layout may be that the tables are apart and children will be facing forward. As you can see on their table, we have got their own personalised stationery, which they will have, which will be their own personalised stationery. In terms of resources though, children can access any of the resources in the classroom at any time, and Teddy's going to demonstrate how that's done. Teddy's just gone off to get some Numicon to help him with his maths. So Teddy has used the Numicon, he's played around with it a little bit, he's touched it. And then after Teddy's used that to help him with his learning, we're going to put that Numicon in the wash bin at the back. And then any shared resources will be sanitised, cleaned at the end of the day. Any shared resources between the year group bubbles will be sanitised, and any resources that are shared out with the year group bubble have to be sanitised and put to one side for 48 hours or 72 hours if the items are plastic. Hi again. So just want to talk to you a little bit about reading books, because children will be allowed to bring reading books home with them. When they've finished their reading book and it's come back into school, the reading book will be sanitised and then it will be placed to the side for 48 hours before it goes back into general circulation. Preventing the spread of COVID-19 is very, very important in schools, and we've taken many, many measures to ensure, or try and ensure, that that doesn't take place. As you can see behind me, we have a hand sanitizer. We have many of these throughout the school, and children will be encouraged to use these throughout the day. And we'll also show them how to do this properly. Other preventative measures that we've taken, if Tim can just put the camera on the floor, you will see that we've got our 2-metre distancing, so to maintain social distancing in the corridors, and the one-way system, so children walk up one side and they walk down the other. Also, by maintaining year group bubbles, that is also a preventative measure. You can also see that we're going to be talking to the children about catch it, bin it, kill it, and making sure that if we have got sniffles, etc., children will take their own tissues, which will be on their table, and they will catch their sniff, put it in the bin, and then wash their hands. Other preventative measures that we've taken is we have employed more day cleaners to clean throughout the day, to clean the toilets throughout the day regularly. Also, we've done that in the dinner hall. We've got additional staff to sanitise tables and make sure that's clean for children. And then in the classrooms, teachers also have disinfectant spray, so whilst the children are out at break and at lunch, tables can also be sanitised in the classrooms. We also talked about shared resources. They are sanitised. If they are shared between year groups, then they're put aside for 48 or 72 hours, depending on what they are made of. Now, with all of this in place, children may, adults may still catch COVID out of school, in school. If that happens and you are not feeling well and you have any of the following symptoms, you have a new and persistent cough, you have a high temperature, or you lose your sense of smell or your taste. If you have any of those or all of those, do not come to school. You must go and be tested and let us know if it's a negative test or if it's a positive test. If it's negative, that's great, just let us know, show us your little text that you get, and your child can come back to school. If your test does come back as positive, then the school has a set of procedures that we have to follow. So we will ring Public Health England, and we will do this on a case-by-case basis, and we will follow their guidance as to what then needs to happen, whether a class bubble needs to shut, whether a year group bubble needs to shut. As I said, it's done by a case-by-case basis, and we will inform you of what's happening all of the time. Playtime and lunchtime are really important times for the children. They need to get outside and they need to have some fresh air. So to be able to do this safely, what we have done and will continue to do is to zone the playground spaces. So reception and nursery have their own allocated outdoors play spaces, and we have zoned areas for children from year 1 to year 6. So what this means is that the year 1 children will be playing in one area, and again their bubble, their year group bubble, won't mix with the year 2 area or the year 3 area or year 4, year 5, year 6. So to minimise any transmission, they will be in the year group bubble, and the year groups will not meet in the playground. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about lunchtime. Lunchtime, each year group will have an allocated time to enter the hall, whether it be Woodpecker Hall or Cuckoo Hall. We're currently in Cuckoo Hall, but the same will apply to Woodpecker. The children will come in through a one-way system. They will come in, they will collect their lunch, and then they will come and sit down to eat their lunch. Just like in the classroom, all the children will be facing forward. They will be sitting mainly with the children in their classroom, but the most important thing again is that the year group bubbles don't mix. So as soon as year 4 have exited, all the tables will be sanitised before year 5 come in for their sitting for their lunch. The trays will already have knives, forks, spoons, cups, etc. Put on the plates for the children, so they're not having to rifle through. And water will be provided for them by the adults in the hall. We'll have extra adults in the hall to support with the extra cleaning, and to also give children water. Breakfast Club and After School Club will be running from when we open in September. Woodpecker and Cuckoo Hall are amalgamating their Breakfast Club and After School Club provision. To make sure that we have a consistent group, we will have an EYFS Key Stage 1, so that's from nursery up to year 2 will be in one hall, and year 3 to year 6 will be in another hall. To ensure that that is a consistent group, because obviously year groups will be mixing in there, we need parents to sign up for Breakfast Club and After School Club now. If you don't do that and you require that provision, you will have to wait 6 weeks until we will allow you into what will be the after school and breakfast club provision. So again, we're following guidelines, government guidelines about having a consistent group. So very important, if next week you want to contact your school offices so that we can make sure you've secured your breakfast club place and your after school club place. Hi, I hope you have found the video today really useful. I hope we've shown you everything that we are doing to make sure that the school is as safe as it possibly can be for your children to return in September. All children are due back on the 7th of September, unless you are in nursery or reception, where you've been given an allocated date to start. We're here in the lovely Zen Garden at Woodpecker, and I thought I would finish off by introducing you to one of the newest members of the Woodpecker and Cuckoo Hall team. So just give me 1 second. And I want to introduce you to Bella. This, for those that know Teddy, who is the school dog at Cuckoo, this is Teddy's sister. And her name is Bella, and she is almost 11 weeks old. and she will be joining us in September. So if you want to, you can have lots of cuddles, you can come and see the dog, you can spend time with Bella and Teddy. Teddy's not here today, she's at doggy daycare, she's at school today, but you can come and you can spend time with either Bella or Teddy in the Zen garden. So I'm just going to pop her down and see what she does. She's having a little sniff around. So finally, we are really looking forward to welcoming all of our community back in September. The staff have worked incredibly hard to make sure everything's ready for you, and we really look forward to seeing you on the 7th of September.